Hello, and welcome to Genie in a podcast dedicated to Christina Aguilera and bringing together fighters around her, celebrations, I guess, her wins. But also, it's gotten really cool to meet everybody. And I love what Ashley said. I feel like that just sticks in my mind. It's just we're all kind of gathered and bonded through our mutual trauma. I feel like that's a nice way of putting it. But today we have a very special guest. It's first time being on a podcast, but also on Genie. Jake, right?
Yes.
Exciting.
Hey guys.
And how long have you been? Oh, of course. How long? I can see you're a major fan.
Yeah.
All the memorabilia behind you.
Right. Yeah.
How long have you been a fighter?
Since the beginning. Since the very beginning.
Debut or reflection?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess debut. But
yeah,
I found out about reflection really fast, and
yeah,
I was 10 years old. But since then.
Are you a millennial?
Yeah. So yeah, I was born in '89.
Oh yeah, so then you're definitely a millennial. Oh, perfect.
Are you?
Yes. Although we'll pretend we're not that old.
Right.
Right. So then, what did you ever watch her on the Disney? Was that before your time?
Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before. Yeah.
Right. I never
I was
saw it
definitely way too young at that time, but yeah, the first time I saw her was the 1999 Teen Choice Awards.
Oh, is that?
And she.
Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that's when she performed Genie, but she was wearing culottes.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
In the last episode, we talked about how you could see her progression from modest, a little bit of midriff, and then she'd wear culottes with a little bit of platform, and then finally she was able to be a little bit more sexual.
Right. I think as time went on in her debut era, she was able to have a little bit more control, but she still wasn't able to have strip level control.
Of course, yeah, because she really hasn't shown any success.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about you. What connects you really to her and her music?
Well, I mean, being a fan since you're 10 years old,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of history there, and at this point, a lot of nostalgia associated with it, and I've been influenced and impacted by her over the years, obviously.
Right.
And I just feel like I'm her biggest fan in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Some fighters are gonna hate me for that, but it's true. I am.
Probably. Immediately whenever I first started the podcast, I had launched the Instagram, and somebody reached out. I won't say what account, but they were also claiming to be her number one fan, and I'm sure they are.
Right.
They know a lot about her. But
Right.
But then he said, because I was totally looking for other people to be on the podcast, and he was like, "Oh, I don't think that's a good idea because a lot of people in the community don't really like him or care for him." And I was
wow.
shocked because I feel like we should all get along because we have this one
Right.
mutual thing in common. Yes.
Now I want to know who it is, but
Off camera.
yeah.
Yes. Well, speaking of crazy fighters, because it's also really cool to meet other people. I feel like I'm not delusional, but maybe I'm a bit too obsessive. Obviously obsessive enough that I have a whole podcast about her, but it's also really cool to meet you and Ashley
Yeah.
and Delina, who are have that same connection. And
Right.
yeah.
How long have you been a fan? Since when? Since
Probably
what era?
debut. Yeah, debut. And I feel like I remember just singing along into the car to Genie and have no clue of the sexual undertones.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
That's a perfect pop song if they have kids singing about this inappropriate things.
Right.
You
No,
feel
that's so true. I didn't know what a lot of that meant at the time.
Right? And then we used to know the choreo.
Yeah.
Yes. What would you say is your favorite version of Genie? Because I know you know all the versions.
I do.
Yes.
Actually, I think my favorite is the extended version. I don't know if a lot of people know about that, but
Oh,
you can find it on YouTube or whatever, but it's the official extended version. And it just has more of an intro and stuff like that, and it's very cool.
oh my
I like
gosh.
that.
I don't think I've ever heard it. I'm going to listen to that after this.
Right? Yeah, you should.
Yes. And then, keeping with season 2, we're going to be talking about Stripped. And I wanted to know, what is your connection to the album? From, the aesthetic, how she managed to, segue from, being a teen pop star and to, quote unquote, creating, a legitimate, artist.
Well, I was like 13 when it came out, so
Yeah.
I was really influenced by it because that's a really developmental time and you're just really influenced by things. And so I was shocked by the transformation and how her new music sounded and all of that. And so it was shocking and like you kind of take that on when you're young. And so I was influenced in that way by it.
Am I remembering it incorrectly that Dirty was leaked first?
Yeah, yeah, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, did I make that up?
No, I remember that. Yeah, it
Yes.
was.
And so like
They kind of
I
had to
just
push the release a little bit.
yes. And so like I remember on my radio station here in Dallas, like they were like, oh well, here's the thing like leaked, and here's her new single. And then I just remember it being like a shock, like,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's kind of like it was such a like a big shock, especially compared to like what she had done before. I feel like even since then, I'm always waiting for that exact same kind of like shock
Oh my God. No,
for
me
like,
too. I
yeah,
am. Yeah.
right.
And I feel like she tried to do that again with Not Myself Tonight, maybe, and stuff like that. But it was shocking because it was much more aggressive than anything she had ever done before.
Yeah.
And seeing that from her for the first time, it's different if you were actually experiencing it at the time.
Yes.
And it was really a moment. It was very crazy.
Right. And what would you say as far as the visuals? You could say that she like gave us like the whole gamut of like, Dirty is like just in the club, really raw and aggressive, but
Right.
she gave us visuals for like Can't Hold Us Down and Beautiful, and it's telling different stories, but also like even Fighter is so different from like what she had done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she wanted to be really versatile with this album and kind of be more experimental and with all of the vibes and stuff and just be free in who she was. And so, yeah, like there was the sexy parts and there was the vulnerable parts about that album and the videos and all the visuals. So it just depends on the song or the video.
Right. And
Yeah.
what did you think? Because initially, I remember whenever she was doing like the promo rounds, Infatuation was supposed to be the first single, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it was supposed to be, but that would have
Okay.
been a
She
good
wanted,
one.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Delina, she loves that song. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Such a good one. Yeah.
What is your favorite single from Stripped?
Oh my gosh. It's hard to choose that kind of thing. I guess Fighter. Fighter's
Yeah.
my favorite video for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's so creative.
Yeah. I think in general, even to this day, it's still my favorite video.
Yes. It's really beautifully done.
Yes.
I just remember being super grossed out about the moths and how like they dumped them on
Yeah.
her. So gross.
She was brave for that. That was cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I have like a moth tattoo because of that.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I do.
Oh my gosh. How cute. And then you also have the Fighter behind you.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
poster.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I love that. That's my favorite look, favorite video, everything.
I saw because on your Instagram, you've met her at least twice, right?
Twice, yes.
What?
Yeah.
And the last one was for Voltaire, but when was the first one?
They were both for Voltaire. They were both
Really?
the meet and greets at Voltaire, yeah. The first one was in April and then of last year and then June. So they were pretty close together. It was insane.
Oh my gosh. Did you get to talk to her at all?
On the second one I did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was really disappointed by the first one because of me, not because of her or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And so the second one, I kind of knew what to expect more. I kind of introduced myself in a way where she like had to say my name back to me. So I felt like it was more of an official meeting. And so I was happier about that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because Ashley also got to meet her twice, I believe.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you ask her, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, nothing. No, no. I kept it very brief. It was so quick. It's so fast. But I said, "Hi, Christina. My name's Jake." And she said, "Hi, Jake." Like, which is why I said it that way because I wanted her to like say my
Say your
name
name.
back to me. So I felt like it was an official meeting and stuff. And so that
That's
was
so
very special. The second time.
That was well thought out that you did that.
Yeah, yeah. That was that one right there. That one. This was the
Oh my
first
gosh,
one. This
that's
is
the
the
first
second one. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I feel like we're gonna get into like a little bit of the music and production, and
Okay.
there's like a little bit kind of, I don't know, not naughty, but because one of her collaborators at the time was, we'll get to Scott Storch first.
Okay.
And
Oh, God.
they created some like real magic together. They've got like
Yes,
what
they
Fighter, Underappreciated. I'm sure if we just
Absolutely.
listen to Fuss, we'll know it's like, we didn't.
The drama, yeah.
Yes. What? Because I feel like especially Beautiful was the huge hit, but and I guess Fighters also as well. But each one of them is a big hit, but really Beautiful is what stands out to the masses.
Right.
For Stripped.
Yes.
And I think because of that, Linda Perry gets most of the credit. Would you say for that album?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah. We, like the Fighters, talk about Linda a lot, but I think Scott Storch is just as important, if not more important to the album, depending on what your favorite songs are.
Totally.
So, yeah, I think he's extremely important, just as much as Linda is.
Yeah, I feel like he brought out kind of like that hip hop, kind of like the
R&B hip hop, yeah.
Yes, and then where she gave us more of that raw, kind of like really got her. And like all the promo, she mentioned that, she really didn't want Christina to sing like quote unquote beautifully, but really connect to that emotion.
Right. Yeah, like that was the thing with Stripped. I think she wanted to use her voice in a different way that she didn't always use it, which she elaborated more on with Bionic and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But that did start during the Stripped era. And yeah, Linda was very much about her not over singing and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Right. So that's interesting because like I thought about it the other day because, because they have such like a weird, I think they've kind of made up or they came to a resolution for everything, but they did have like a moment where they weren't copacetic, I would say. Her and Scott Storch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That was more approaching the Back to Basics era. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll wait for that drama. We'll talk about that drama in the next series.
But he did always say that she was a great songwriter and gave her props for being such a creative person. And
oh, totally.
A real songwriter and musician and everything.
Yeah. And I feel like, especially because a lot of people give her, maybe all the like haters, they want to like dismiss all that, but really people who've like worked with her, they really like admire her for her work ethic and her perfectionism.
She always has a vision.
Yeah, exactly. What would you say is your favorite song, even if it's not a single on the album?
Sometimes I think it's Makeover.
Oh, really? It's
yeah,
like just now like making it into my like rotation again.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think it's very, very much what Stripped is about. Mm-hmm. And I like how it's experimental and stuff like that.
So since you're in Vegas, did you see her whenever she was there for Lovers and Friends?
I did, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was there too.
You were? Oh my God.
Yes.
You came to town for that?
Yes, just for that. And it was crazy because I was violently ill. And I really didn't think I was going to be able to go. But yes, it was unfortunate because I had been sick for like the week leading up to it. And I was like desperate because like I was like hydrating so much and drinking like all the Pedialyte. Mm-hmm. And my friend who was coming from LA, we were supposed to meet there whenever. And that day before, I decided I was going to go. And I just remember being kind of miserable.
Oh no.
Like once she got on stage, it was great. But like up to that point, I was just like, what did I do?
Nice.
Yes.
No, the reason I said that was funny a minute ago is because for the second meet and greet, I was like very sick for a few days leading up to it. And even the day of, and I felt like I almost couldn't go at a certain point. So I can relate to that, where it's just like, oh my God, like this
really
day, I can't even go yet.
What is that? So like the meet and greet, it was separate from the ticket, right?
You can,
like
you
a
add it on.
Oh, okay.
You add it on with the ticket if you want it. It's like $1,000 extra.
Oh God, just $1,000. Well, hopefully somebody on Christina's team will see this lovely podcast and invite me to see it for free because I'm unemployed at the moment and don't have the extra $1,000 to throw around.
Right? No, it's crazy. I do hope she does the Voltaire again, though. That'd be
really? Do you think she will do?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Oh I kind of
do. In the next like year and a half or two, I think she would. Yeah.
Really? Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because she does like that whole like stationary and having like a routine.
Yeah.
And being with her children.
Exactly.
Yes. Which
as some of the fighters hate that, but yeah.
Right? They'll be upset. Everybody wants her to go on tour, but really we need her to put out an album first.
Yeah, that's most important.
Yes. Okay, so we'll step away from stripped and then we'll ask you a little bit about what do you think, especially since how many times have you seen her?
I think 14 times.
What? Okay, you need to name them all. As many as you can.
I saw her on her first headlining tour,
Okay.
which was in 2000. And then the next time I saw her was Back to Basics tour at Mandalay Bay.
You missed stripped?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I never saw the strip tour. Yeah. That's
What?
besides the X tour, the strip tours, I never saw it. Yeah.
The X tour or the Liberation one?
No, I saw Liberation.
Really? Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
the X tour doesn't count because it like was only like Latin America, right?
Right.
And Europe?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So stripped. Yeah, I never saw that tour, but I saw the Back to Basics tour, and then after that, the next time I saw her was the Liberation tour, and then was the Experience, which I saw 4 times.
What? Oh my gosh.
I did, yeah.
That actually was a
amazing.
great deal because it was a great, she was putting on a great show. And I remember the tickets being relatively like cheap. And I was like up in front of her face.
Oh, you went to that?
Yeah, to only one of them because I'm
Okay.
modest.
Oh my God. No, that's cool. When did you go?
I don't know. I feel like it was really hot. So it was probably like July.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I saw that 4 times, and then, like in the summer of 2021, I saw her at the Virgin Hotel opening, that thing she did. Like
She did an opening?
well, like an opening for this hotel, the Virgin Hotel here in Vegas. And
Uh-huh.
she did like a concert thing. And so I went to that, and like it was COVID time, but the mask mandate had been lifted briefly. And so everyone was going wild. It was crazy there. But
Yes.
so I saw that in like 2021. And
hmm
then I guess after that was Lovers and Friends in
Which
May
was a great
2023.
outfit, by the way. It was such a great outfit.
That amazing outfit. Yeah, it's such a throwback. Classic
Yes.
Christina.
Yeah.
And then Voltaire started after that. I started seeing all of that. And the most recent time I saw her was at this Harris Walls rally here at the MGM.
Oh, you went to that?
I did, yeah. It was like the day of. I didn't know where it was until the day of, and
Mhm.
I found out and was able to go. I was shocked. It was just free. I just got to see her for free. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. What was the energy like there?
It was great. Everyone was really excited. There were some people in the audience there to see her and stuff, but I feel like I was the only like real fighter there.
Really?
Yeah.
By any chance, did you ever see her whenever she did Jazz Fest?
I mean, I've seen videos, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
I
I went to
did not
to
go.
that one, and that was a lot of fun because I made my friends go with me, and not only that, but like it's like a festival, so you have to like pick and choose who you're gonna go see.
You went to the Jazz Fest from like 2014?
14? Yeah, and
That's
yeah,
crazy. Wow.
yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I remember because she was like pregnant, and
Yes, yeah.
I didn't expect her, to be as amazing as she was just because she was pregnant. And it was really hot and like muggy because it's like New Orleans. And then because
That's
it's a
amazing.
festival, you had to like pick like who you're going to choose. And of course, you have to like miss somebody else. So I like felt
No,
bad
yeah. No, exactly.
because,
That was like Lovers and Friends because it was like the same thing.
yeah.
Like Mariah was there and whoever else, like a couple other people I wanted to see, but
No, but Mariah
I
was
had
on
to
the
like,
same stage.
yeah, like I left after Christina, but yes, I think she was. Yeah.
Oh, right. Because she was after. Trust me, you didn't miss
She
anything.
was after, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because Missy was after that. You left for Missy?
Oh, I did, yeah. I saw like everyone else except for Missy and Mariah, and I wanted to see JoJo. JoJo was there.
Me too. Until
Yeah.
recently.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, well, you didn't hear about that whole thing. I guess we shouldn't talk about. Well, let's talk about it. We'll talk about a segment. We'll call this segment Rumors and Gossip. Well, there was like this whole thing because, recently JoJo came out with a book. It was like
Yeah.
her life and times.
Oh shit! Yeah, she said that about Christina. You're right.
And
I
even
forgot.
kind of like, trying to give the benefit of the doubt. It was so
You're
like
totally
weird.
right.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that even then she kind of like not pitted, but also shared an experience with Beyonce, thus kind of like pitting the two against each other. And then, of course, painting Christina in a negative light. So
Yeah, that was
kind of like
annoying.
weird.
That was annoying because I remember that, and Christina was really sweet to her on stage when they were on camera and stuff like that. I totally remember that. I was annoyed by that whenever she said that.
Yeah. And then, well, because it kind of like goes to show like some people do kind of like bring in a famous name just to kind of like get the headline.
Yeah.
Which kind of goes
Gotta
with her
sell a
like,
book.
yes, which kind of goes with Christina's podcast. Did you ever listen to what's it called? Call Me Daddy?
Oh, I did, yeah.
Okay. That one was scandalous, I think, because, she's really private usually. And for her to talk, of course, she's like hawking her lube, but also, for her to say that she still swallows. I did not expect that from a pop star.
No, that was a really good interview. That was a great interview.
Yes.
She really opened up for that interview, and I appreciated her like being silly and just opening up and stuff.
Yes, because she's not usually.
Speaking of, right, and very stripped era vibes doing
Totally.
that.
Yeah. Oh, I guess in rumors and gossip, today I was on Twitter or whatever it is called. And like the fighters, I had to send it to my friends, Delina, but they're, some of them are not well, or they need to get a hobby. I feel like you can be the number one fan, but also like not be too invested. They were like going.
No, there are some of them who I feel are not actually fighters. They say they are, but I don't think so.
Right? These people were going on tangents and like speculating. They said something about like her social media manager maybe was fired, and then they were like, "Oh well, it's his fault that she wasn't posting." And I was like, "She was posting quite a bit, like more recently." And what is your opinion on fighters? Kind of like when it gets to that kind of like gross parasocial like relationship. Are you one of them?
A lot of them. No, I'm not. I'm very unconditional about her. I love her no matter what. I always support what she does. But I know there are a lot who they get critical or they become pushy with her. I don't like that. It's just like, don't bother her like that. I just think, but like I said, they get very critical. They talk crap about it, a couple of her albums or whatever and different things. I'm like, I don't think you're a real fighter. I don't really think.
Right. I feel like it's good to be objective and, not to be, not to like love every single thing, but
well, and I
tear
think
this person down.
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of crazy they were talking about her social media because I think she was just kind of taking a break since the LA fires happened.
Oh.
I think she was kind of taking a moment to not post anything during that time. Maybe she didn't want to be insensitive or whatever, or it seemed like she was trying to push something or sell something at that time.
Totally. Because even Beyonce did that.
Right.
Took a minute. Yes.
Right. So I think that was a part of it.
Speaking of random thought, and I'll say my answer first because I don't want to like throw you into the midst of the fighters. But what did you think of the shirt they designed in benefit for the fires? I will go ahead and say my answer first, but I don't think it was like, especially because they used the illustrator that she'd used for Voltaire.
Voltaire,
yeah, there was so much that they could have done and maybe like a bit more. Maybe they could have used the character. Also, I think it would have been really cute to, for Christina Aguilera, like I heart CA and have like that character.
Right.
Yes. Anyway, what was your opinion?
Right. I like it. I do like it. I think it's really cute and kind of simple and cute and it's cool. I like it. I think there was kind of an incorporation of the CA in there a little bit, but yeah, I like it. But I see what you're saying. I do.
Okay. Yeah.
I get that.
And in general, there's been like consensus among other fighters that, and I guess on to me, is that she might not have like the best merch all the time.
Oh, well, yeah. Not always. And I feel like the price sometimes is crazy. It's like, geez.
Oh, yeah. But that's like the industry too. It's not just her. Because everybody's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, not just her at all. I do like her merch. I just got her Japan shirt recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love that shirt. And there's some like stripped anniversary shirts that I want and stuff like that. But
she has them on the website?
Yeah.
Cool. I have to go look at those.
They're expensive, geez. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I did see, I think Ashley just got something like a hat and a shirt.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
That's so cute. I'm going to have to get one.
Yeah, I like that shirt she got. I told her. I had my eye on that shirt for a while.
Yes. So this is your shrine to Xtina.
Yeah, yes.
And it's up all the time.
I mean, yeah, I might have staged a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I love that. It looks great.
But yeah, thank you.
Yes.
There's like certain stuff you can't see down here, but yeah, there's some things.
What else do you have? Oh my gosh, do I see a perfume?
Yes. Yes, I have her new perfume, and I have the previous one.
Is that Xtina, the red one?
Yes, this is Xtina. This is Infinite Xtina.
And that's also the brand new one, right? Infinite?
Yes.
Xtina? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about them. Because I've actually, Xtina was the one that, like, first, I feel like also she put a lot of emphasis on that one. Like, she was even
Yeah.
posting about it. And I was like, dang, do I need to buy this? Because now I want to know what it smells like. What does it smell like?
It's kind of sweet
Hmm.
and it's a little sweet and fruity. It's really nice. Both
Oh,
of
just
them
like
smell
me.
great. Yeah. Yes. Both of them are very nice. They smell great.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely going to have to buy it.
You should, yeah. I
Yes.
think, and I feel like these fragrances are a little bit of a rebrand and like her starting over her fragrances and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good because I feel like towards maybe that end of that first, I don't know, iteration of them, they were kind of
Mhm.
like watered down or like the
Oh, yeah.
brand, right?
Yeah, a little bit. She
Yeah.
wasn't, I think, so invested. It was a little different.
Yes. And now she is. I love that.
Yeah.
Since you said that you were an unconditional fan, a hot topic, what do you think of the set list? You're in the hot seat.
Oh God. Well, like, yeah, speaking of Ashley, she and we speak about that sometimes. I mean, I think it'd be nice if she focused a little bit less on the hits sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes. I get why she wants to do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I totally understand why she does it because, like, to the masses,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense because they don't want to hear or know the deep cuts or
Yeah, they might
non-singles.
not get some of it. Yeah.
But like whenever she gets on her exclusive next tour, like I want to hear those
Mhm.
deep cuts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What
Same.
are 3 deep cuts that you would like to hear, like in a proposed set list?
Well, I would love to hear her perform I Turn to You live
Okay,
because she hasn't performed that in many years. Other than the 25th anniversary EP, she hasn't performed that in over 25 years. So
right?
I would love to see that live and maybe Get Mine, Get Yours.
Oh, yes. That's a
That'd
great
be
one.
nice. Yeah.
That's a good choice.
I don't know what I love when she performs The Voice Within. I know she does that sometimes.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Yeah. So that's very cool. Maybe Monday Morning. That's crazy, but I'd love to hear her perform Monday Morning or
Highly unlikely, but I'm all for it because, yeah, it's such a
it's never gonna happen, but
no, that would be
ever.
cool. I think Ashley and I were kind of like conversing about it the other day because, like, the thing that could have been like the Bionic tour and
Yeah.
how great I feel like she was really like inspired and really wanted to like deliver a whole like just like with Back to Basics like a whole complete like universe of that album and
Yeah.
then outside sources or like outside entities.
Right. I feel like she had an entire tour planned. She
Yeah.
had like Leona Lewis as who was going to be the opening act and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, you even remember the opening act?
Yes, it was like a thing. It was planned. Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like it would have been very cool, but who
Yeah,
knows why it didn't happen.
I know, right? What is your favorite song off of Bionic?
Elastic Love.
Oh, that's like one of my favorites. I was talking to Delena and she's like, she never really got it. And I was like, no, it's great. And it's also like something different because, she's not really like giving us vocals, but there is like texture in her voice.
Totally. No, I feel like there should have been just some completely different singles released for Bionic. I feel like
Yes.
it should have been Birds of Prey, Elastic Love, Monday Morning, Bobblehead, because I feel like those were
Bobblehead.
Bobblehead. Yes, no, because I feel like those were the original vision for what Bionic was supposed to be.
Totally.
And
We're gonna have to have you on for Bionic because
yes,
I feel
definitely.
like there's like 100 like topics that I want to talk about with Bionic.
Yes,
Yes, because there's so much like lore. Then I
yeah,
think that was when I was like so online. I was so obsessed with like, what is Bionic and like, what is the new album? When is it coming out? Do you ever
right.
remember that before, like everybody was speculating, but I Am Who I Am or something
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out
I
or
remember
something?
that.
And everybody was like, is
Yeah,
this Christina? It's
they
like, what?
thought it was Christina. Yeah.
Yes. No. And everybody, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I was even fooled by that for a second. Was looking it up and seeing what that was about. Yeah.
Yes, because even right now, a friend of mine, she sent me a tweet.
Hmm.
And in it, I guess people were like alleging that it was Christina's new music video. And it turns out it's some like random, like blonde.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so funny.
Yes. Oh, so you saw that one? I feel like
the
her name
re-
was Allie something.
yeah, I
Maybe
forget
not.
who it was. Yeah, but it
Yes.
was an
Yeah.
actual artist. Yeah.
Yes. What do you want to say about Stripped?
Jeez, there's so much. There's so much. Yeah, I probably can't think of anything to
Oh,
say.
it's okay.
Well, I just think it's obviously very important. I think it's a timeless album because it still obviously influences artists today, and the messages on it are timeless. So I think it will always be important. And I think that's what makes a classic album. And I think it's
Right.
just one of the best albums ever made.
Genuinely,
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I agree.
And she was so young, and I just think it's a really important album.
Yes, I agree totally. I think the only songs I probably don't listen to as much as probably like they deserve is probably
Yeah.
Soar and until recently Makeover. And then all of a sudden, actually, Ashley, no, wait, no, my friend Steve, he was the one that like, hey, did you ever know that, what was it, Sugar Babes?
Yeah,
That,
yeah,
that
yeah.
whole thing? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? So like right then, like I had to listen to them and I was like, I
Right.
never knew about this.
Yeah, I'm sure so many people didn't know about that little comparison or whatever.
Yes,
I listened to that song and I understand the comparison and stuff, but
totally.
they're very different. And
Yeah,
I know a lot of people don't even know about Makeover and certain deep cuts on Strip. Like they don't even know about it. So
of course.
yeah, but
And what
those
was
are a
your,
lot of the times my favorites.
oh yeah. I think Impossible, I always say Impossible is basically like my
Yes,
favorite song
that's
on
one
the
of my
album.
favorites. That is one of
Yeah.
my favorites too. Yeah.
And then now there's like more recently, I think Alicia Keys did an interview and about how she wrote that song and it's based off of Ain't No Way by
Oh
Aretha
yeah.
Franklin.
Okay.
And
Which
then,
Christina
which is,
sang at the Grammys
yes, which is
in
like, you know,
2011.
everything's connecting. And then besides that, she also mentioned that Alicia Keys had originally was going to write and give her, what is it? I can't remember.
Oh no, I know what you're talking
If I
about.
Ain't Got You.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Christina would have killed that. She would have absolutely killed that.
totally.
But I feel like maybe it was a little bit too vulnerable for her at the time in terms of Stripped,
Yeah.
because she wanted to show a little bit of vulnerability at that time, but maybe not that much. And so,
Right?
but that would have been very cool
But there was
because
a
that's a
bit.
good.
Yeah, that is such a good song. Because like even Loving Me for Me is kind of
No,
like
yeah,
in that
no. There's a
vulnerable.
lot of vulnerability on Stripped. Loving Me for
Yeah.
Me, I'm okay, and all of those.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot of that.
totally.
There's a lot of that. Yeah.
I feel like I'm okay. I skip that one just because it's so hard to listen to
Yeah,
because
it
all
is
the like emotions. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yes. What would you say was off the top of your head? Doesn't have to be like your most favorite, but what performance currently like should every fighter right now as they're listening to this podcast go listen watch from Strip that era?
From the Stripped era. Oh my God.
Off the top of my head, I'll go ahead and say mine. Especially like in this moment, I'm thinking the particular like At Last that she did on the
Oh my
tour.
God, you're right. Yes. Oh my God. See, no, that would definitely be a main one for me too. Yeah, you're right.
You
Yeah.
can't steal my answer.
I'm not going to steal it, but
Okay, good. But you can borrow it.
absolutely. I agree.
Yes.
That was an amazing performance. That was just one of her best performances ever, really.
Yeah.
I did love the performance of Come On Over in the MTV Stripped in New York special, where she was at that
Oh, when she
bar.
stripped it down, she's sitting on there.
Yeah, yeah. I love
Yeah.
that performance, and maybe the performance of Beautiful at the end of that special, because I think it was a very early performance of Beautiful. And she performed it in a certain way that was very simple and stuff.
Yes. Like the other day, I was rewatching some DVDs and I, you know, because it's interesting, like whenever whenever you first, you know, release a song and she has to find like the profile of how she really wants to like go forward singing it. And then I forget that like, oh yeah, I've heard it though this many times and it's what it is current day, but that's not how it started out of as, and this is what she went through, like the iterations.
Right. There are so many, really, if you look at all of her performances through the years, a lot of the songs have evolved very much. So there are
Yes.
early versions and then current versions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you from Las Vegas?
No, I'm from San Diego originally. But I feel like it's meant to be in a way because like Christina has been here so much
Yeah.
over the years. I'm like, oh my God, I'm supposed
That
to be
is,
here.
it is nice because, yeah. And then not just that, but like everybody goes there to like, for
Yeah.
like a stop in a residency.
Oh yeah.
Do you see a lot of like live music?
Yeah, kind of. I
That's not
saw
Christina.
Katy Perry's residency.
Yeah.
I saw Lady Gaga here with her jazz piano thing.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I've seen some other ones. Yeah.
Cool. Did you see Mariah?
No, no.
What?
I would
in
like to. That'd be amazing. But
Yeah, right. In another life, don't you think she and Mariah, and we'll throw in Pink, they would be besties?
yeah, I do. I do. Yeah, I think
Me
they're
too.
all like very strong women. I think if they joined forces, it would be crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I've been a fan of Mariah and Pink for a long time, so
me
I love
too.
all of them. Yeah.
Yes. Who would you say? Like, do you prefer vocalists? I don't know why I'm just going on random tangents. I'm just asking you 100 questions.
No, that's okay. Do I prefer what?
Like vocalists, is that like?
Well, yeah, I do love vocalists. I love the ones who can sing very well, like Demi Lovato,
Oh
Ariana,
yeah.
JoJo,
Yes.
even like Tori Kelly, who I feel is very underrated.
So underrated.
And she talks about Christina a lot.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
she does, yeah, she's a fan. And also Pink, like you said, she's a great singer. Kelly Clarkson, so many vocalists.
So many.
So yeah,
Yes.
I love a vocalist.
Me too. Me too. Initially, it started out, and I didn't know Delina, and it's so weird because like I've never met somebody in real life who was a fighter and like liked Christina Aguilera as much as like we do,
Right.
and all of a sudden, like last year, I went to Voltaire. Well, last year I had tickets to go to Voltaire,
Hmm.
and it was like January 5th, I believe, and that's when she got the flu, and
Yeah,
that's the one I think Ashley was
cancel.
supposed to go to as well. And so yeah, it was canceled. And so I ended up going to the very last like day of the residency. And that's when it finally like hit me. Like, I don't know, especially because I'm like pretty shy. I
Hmm.
never thought to like actually be talking to people. And
Yeah,
it's
no,
been nice
same
getting to
here.
know y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're one of like the only fighters I've actually talked to in an in-depth way besides Ashley.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not super in the fighter clique. I guess there are certain ones who always meet up every concert and all of that stuff. I guess I'm not really in that, but
I didn't even realize that was a thing because when I saw and met Ashley at Voltaire, she's like, oh, yeah, we talked quite a bit. And she's like, she's going to go do a meetup. And I was like, that sounds cool. But I didn't
yeah,
know how to ask, like, can I go?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we're going to put you on a mission. You need to go. Are you on Twitter? You need to go say hello to like one random biter.
Well, there are a lot who actually follow me on Instagram or who, like we follow each other. We might just not talk all the time, but
Oh, it's true.
yeah.
Do we want to plug your Instagram?
My Instagram, yeah, Christina Connection. I am
Yes.
Christina Connection
Yeah.
on Instagram.
And it's nice to put a face because like I had followed you before and then
Okay.
you had your separate account. And then I forget, because it posts just Christina. I was like, oh, that's a real person behind there.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I had another one years ago with like 16,000 followers and stuff like that. And it got
What?
deleted. Yeah. It was crazy. It was called Insta Aguilera or whatever it was. Yeah. So that sucked when that got deleted. But so I just made
Yes.
another one that,
Oh my gosh. So everybody go follow at Christina Connection.
yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jake, for being on this episode.
Thank you for having me.
We'll definitely have to have you on again, and I'll basically just interrogate you,
Yeah.
especially since I know you're a Capricorn. I know that you can take it.
Yeah. I'm shocked that you are too. That's crazy.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Once again, thanks so much, Jake, for being on this episode of Tuning In a Podcast. Everybody go follow him at Christina Connection. And we'll see you in the next episode. Stay beautiful. Bye.